opening day here in Illinois. This year it fell on a Sunday. We may skip out on church, being that we're in the woods in God's country anyway.
All right, guys, welcome to Midwest Whitetail, October 1st. First hunt of the season, and anticipation is really high. It's just good to be in a tree.
Well, opening day here, October 1st, state of Iowa. Best of luck to everybody out in the woods tonight. It is a surreal feeling to know that we're going to be going after two awesome bucks this evening. And I think, like we've mentioned a couple of times now, despite this heat, I think we're in the game.
Man, he's big, buddy. Can you see him over there? Dude, we might move this blind midday. All right, well, it got real chaotic there at the end. Our theory was close. I mean, I haven't had this deer on camera in like 6, 7, 8 days, but he's right there. Insane night, October 1st, 90 degrees, encounter number 1 with the drop time. Season on, game on. He's a really good deer. Coming into the plot.
Man, that got exciting. I know that my heart was pounding. I feel like I could hear Ty's heart pounding there for a little while. Definitely an exciting way to kick off the season, and I'm itching to get right back in the tree.
It's October 3rd. Feels awesome to be out here. I'm not gonna do a lot of talking. I'm gonna be a little intense today, okay? We're after a little bitty deer, so we're just gonna settle in and be quiet. Thank you. Man, when I seen all the deer stirring like they were tonight, I had high hopes he was gonna step out. He still could, but that cold front's coming in tomorrow. We'll see you guys then.
Friday, October 6th, we are back out, hoping DK shows up. This front has pushed through, this in the process of coming through. We'll see who shows up.
Just feels awesome out. It's great to be in a tree right now. But last night, about 10:30, there was a giant 6x5 that showed up. We're gonna sit tight here, hold on for dear life.
Let's take a look at it. Let's turn up some trees.
Well, that was a fun sit. Cool to see a mature buck on his feet, October 6th.
We had a giant show up, and he's huge. He's coming out of very, very, very small stuff. That is probably the most overlooked stuff I've ever looked at.
We decided to come back here and hunt the big plot on the west end after a buck we call Velveeta. This is the plot where I was having all them encounters with him last year.
Go, I can't, Tyler. This buck's looking at me. 30. Oh, guys, that happened fast. The buck ran here after Velveeta was up here in the corner. And he was coming right for us, but I had this left window closed and I couldn't get it open in time because the bucks was looking at me, but hopefully we can make it happen another day.
Well, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Midwest Whitetail. We got a lot to be thankful for on this beautiful Monday. And to all of you taking the time to watch the show, thank you so much for being here. As you saw on the front end, we put together a little montage there of some of the action we've experienced so far this year. And man, we got a lot of exciting things coming up with this good weather as we progress further into the month of October. If you haven't checked it out, you can find a lot of those hunts in the Midwest Whitetail Daily channel. We've also got awesome hunts coming on the Midwest Whitetail Regional Series. And if you follow us on social media, it's probably not a secret that a very, very large deer has hit the dirt. Owen Reigler shot his biggest buck ever, closing the chapter on the Lochness Monster. Unfortunately, we have made the decision to hold that for one more week. We're working on trying to put that story together in its best form. It's Owen's biggest buck ever. We appreciate him so much, and frankly, we just want the memory to be perfect. So have no fear though, on this week's show, we're gonna show you the first encounter. We had a big cold front come through, and any of you that were hunting the Midwest probably experienced some good action. Lochness made an appearance. You're gonna get a first look at how big this deer actually is. And be on the lookout for next week's show, because that's where you're gonna get to see the full story start to finish. So drop in the comments if you guys don't mind some of the things you'd like us to jump into with Owen, if there's deeper dives that you'd like to hear from that story. But either way, let's get to that hunt now. Owen Reigler, man, could not be happier for you. It is the buck of a lifetime. I was fortunate enough with some of our other guys to get to go on that recovery. Thank you so much for the core memory, brother. Let's jump to the hunt.
Bright and early today. It's only like 3:30. We have 4 hours till dark. But the conditions feel so good, I wanted to be here early. I'm not sure where this Lochness buck is actually. Feels like he moved somewhere. I thought we seen him yesterday morning first light, but I went and checked cameras today. I checked the cameras except for in this plot right here. And there wasn't a single picture of him, which is obviously concerning. I feel like he might have moved or something. But that scrape boot I'm getting him on is right up there. And I haven't checked that camera, so heck, he could be hitting that every day and I don't know it. But if he doesn't show up here today, I will be concerned about where the heck he is. I'll have to come in and check these cameras just out of necessity, I feel like. But we're going to find out something this evening. Conditions are as good as you can get. Cold fronts here. It's about 47, 48 degrees right now. Stiff northwest wind. It's maintaining like in the low 20s, gusting to 30, 35, so it's nice and cool. We got some east, southeast facing hillsides right here and here, which should be pretty good with this kind of wind speed. They're going to be out of the wind, so either side I could see them coming from. Let's sit in and see what happens. Yes! I am fired off. That looks like an ancient one now. Well, it's only about 5:30. We've already seen 17 deer, maybe 4 bucks. About as good as you can get. If he doesn't pop out today, I'll be surprised. On pins and needles waiting on him.
Doesn't look like it's gonna happen today, man. We went from the highest of highs to, I don't want to say the lowest of lows, but tell you, a little disappointed. I thought for sure he'd show up. I just don't know where he's at. It might be one of those things too, you know, where they shed their velvet and they just go nocturnal. So, you know, maybe that's all he's done, but he hasn't been on camera either. So I'll probably check a couple more cameras tomorrow. I'll check that scrape up there, as he's been consistent on that. See if he's on camera. As long as he's on camera, even at night, that'll be fine. I'll keep hunting him, but otherwise, you gotta find out where he went. We'll be back at it tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. Toodaloo. That's it. Oh my gosh. Look at him right there. It's sick. Wow. That's nuts. Chances, man. It's gonna keep up the hill. That was just more deer coming. Oh, buddy. There it is. Hey, you get that deer. Wow. Yeah, buddy. That wind is crazy. Almost looks cartoonish. My goodness, that escalated quickly. You know, we hadn't seen a mature buck when I closed out the hunt. There was like 10 or 15 minutes left, and out pops Lochness right there. I had him at 55. I ranged him right there, and I was kind of considering it. It was low light. You know, if you ever make a bad shot, or at least for me, it's usually in a low light situation, so I really didn't want to take that shot. That's a long shot anyway, so something bumped a couple of deer that chased him up the hill. He ran up by the tree stand up there, and yeah, we watched him for a long time. Set in the blind about 15-20 minutes after dark, and then that blind sits right on the edge of a creek, so we climbed out of the blind down the bank of the creek, into the creek, and then walked the creek out. So I think we got out without bumping him, which was critical as far as I was concerned. But man, it's good to lay eyes on him finally. Pretty darn awesome. We're fired up. I doubt I'll sleep tonight. Man, we'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you guys then. We hunted here yesterday evening. We actually saw the target, the old Lochness Monster. It came out just before dark. We'll find out. I feel pretty good about seeing him. We'll see what happens. There they go. Yeah, dude. We got him, buddy.